So hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Assetto Corsa Competizione video and welcome to another XCL race. I'm literally in the middle of updating updating the ACC game. Currently looking at 12.7 gigabytes of update. Obviously it's going to be nothing special, it's just bug fixes. We're not getting 1.9 anytime soon. I'm sure there'd have been something on Facebook or within the community if it was arriving that soon. But we're going to be at Watkins Glen this evening and we're going to be in the Porsche or either of the Porsche Cup cars. It's a 15-minute sprint race, two 15-minute sprint races. Done a little bit of testing here earlier today. Obviously jumping into a Cup car is very different from driving around in any of the GT3 cars. We have got ABS, which is one benefit, but there's no traction control, there's no dampers, there's no suspension to set up, there's no differential, there's none of the wizardry at all. These are out and out racing cars and that is it. All the gimmicks are taken away and it's just race to the death. We will look over the setup when we get into it. I'll probably do some editing over it, but I'm going to try and do very little of the commentary editing in this video. I'm just going to try and do it as raw as I can do it. The race footage is going to be the race footage and that is it. Having just had a look at the number of views that some of the videos have got of recently from the XCL videos and the hours and hours that I spend editing them, it just really isn't worth doing. But the raw footage is going to be there. You can see it if you want to watch it. If you want to be entertained, please do mention it in the comments, but for the amount of time that it takes to edit those videos, it really is kind of soul destroying to see like 100, 200 views. But for those of you that enjoy them, thank you for the comments. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Obviously in all these videos I tend to put the setup that I'm using, and probably another video that I'm going to look at doing in the next couple of weeks hopefully. I've got a week away coming up with the missus, so a little bit of time away from sim racing and then probably back to work. But I would like to really do a video about brake balance. Certainly going to be something that I might very well think of doing before I do anything else with the setup, is looking at the brake balance before I start working on a setup. Really looking forward to tonight's race because it should be something different, I think. Some amazing races last night in the Bronze Series at the Nürburgring. A little coming together with another driver, which was a little bit disappointing. It was a cracking race though. Let's have a look. So a version 1.8, 11.1. So there we have it. Qualifying's over. Very tight at the top, which is great to see. Top 5 drivers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers separated by less than a second. Going to be a tough race. Just not putting a foot wrong really. That's the issue. Let's quickly look over the setup that I'm going to be using. Very much geared towards not allowing the car to oversteer so much. Loads of anti-roll bar at the front. Nothing else that we can do with the rest of the car. Nothing else to do with the dampers. It's brilliant. And just the rear wing almost. In fact, it is absolutely maxed out. If it was optimum conditions, I would prefer to run less rear wing. I'd probably run 9 on the rear wing. You could try and get away with less than that if you can make an overtaking manoeuvre. It's going to be pretty tough to overtake. You're just relying on that slipstream, but I think the slipstream will be better in these cars than it is in the GT3 cars. Quickly make sure tyres. I think the tyres were alright. The session hopefully 28 degrees, optimum conditions. Hopefully it's something similar. for the race. It's just about trying to get those tyres nice and hot. I've not put any of the first race in. The first race we got disconnected, so kind of pointless showing that disconnection. Fingers crossed we don't get another disconnection. Got two 15-minute races. Hopefully they'll go without a glitch. I think if we have another disconnection, that'll be the end of my evening. Obviously you allot time for these events, you can't just sit around all day. So we've got optimum track conditions, 28 Celsius. So yeah, let's get rid of some of that rear wing, because it's going to help us on those straights. I was quite happy running with that earlier. So if it doesn't work out in this race, we can always change it for the next one. 35 litres of fuel in. Again, we'll figure out whether that's going to be enough or too much for the next race. Doesn't really matter sat on the grid, because the tyres aren't in blankets anyway, they are stone cold. So I'll just come to the grid as soon as I can come to the grid, sort out a few other things. We've got no wind, which is great. Nice sunny day. Fingers crossed it's not carnage down into turn one. SLR Nathan arriving very late, not having done any qualifying, so fingers crossed this isn't a disaster at turn one. A couple of guys messing around on track. I thought, I'm just going to mute. I don't really want to hear anyone. So SLR Nathan decided not to continue. Obviously the session's just about to start. It's not a chance to do anything really, which probably is a great idea really, unless he's come in the wrong car and he's going to try and quickly rejoin. I didn't actually have a look at that. So got 1 minute before the race starts. Not really much to look over. There's not really much in the setup to look over. I'm not running this stupid toe glitch. Obviously that's going to go in 1.9. And there's nothing to look over. You can't adjust any of these things. So it's all about keeping the tyres cool. It's about not spinning out. It's just about keeping the car in a straight line really. So get all that brake balance all the way back again. Take the tyres off, because we're not going to be changing tyres. The race is too short. It's just going to be about getting the temperature in the tyres and not binning it.
Stay in single file. Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
So, looking very glitchy in my rear. I hope this isn't a sign that we've got a dodgy server. Very off-putting. Can't really see any of the data on my screen. You can usually see the latency and stuff like that. So literally just trying to get the temperature in the front tyres. The front right tyre goes up much quicker than the rest of them, so I'll just ease off the brake pedal here and there as soon as that tyre's up to temperature. all about having good temperature in the tyres in these cup races. So just let that temperature dissipate out now into the tyres. See the front tyres getting hotter, rear tyres still need a bit more work. Back on the brake pedal. So that front right tyre again getting nice and hot, getting better temperature throughout the rest of the tyres. Just bring up that brake balance. .63.
Going double file.
So James is jumping about all over the place. I'm sure he was on about the trying to get rid of the American servers that they've got. Because of these issues. Very off-putting seeing a car like that. James is going to be pretty tough, I know he is.
Green line, give it all you got.
Really got no idea where he is.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Remember, we've got rid of some of that rear downforce. Hopefully this is where it's going to help us.
flag in sector 1. Yellow flag ahead, watch out. Well done mate, go to left.
Just a little lift needed there.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag ahead, be careful. Well done mate, fastest lap of the race so far.
So he is pretty quick, Tea Professor.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front. Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag ahead, be careful. Fastest lap of the race man, good job. We are halfway through, keep pushing. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Pretty quick.
sector 1.
Lots of pressure.
We've got light damage at the rear. There's a car leaving the pit lane, watch out. Yellow flag in sector 1.
If you're faster, if we're getting the fastest lap, I don't see how he's not.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out. and you're the leader. Keep it together. Yellow flag in sector 1. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag. Be careful there. The leader has finished the race. Excellent job, mate. P2. Bring it back to the pit safely.
Good race. I don't even mind losing. He can have his win. I definitely need more rear downforce. A 147.8 he managed. So it's definitely quick. Would definitely add some rear downforce because I really did feel like I was struggling. He was definitely quicker through the corners than I was. Very well done. Good little last race. Nice fair battle to the win. Deserved. So just quickly look at the hood. See how much fuel I could not carry. So as across the line we can take 10 litres of fuel out. So I don't think that'll make much of a difference to us. So 25 litres of fuel. Brilliant first race. I don't even mind losing. It was fair. I could see he was going up the inside. There was no contact at all. Really enjoyed that little battle. I could see he was quick, but still wasn't stealing that fastest lap away. Interested to see. I don't quite understand how he was so close. Similar lap times. Really don't know what's happening here.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
just do that sometimes because it kind of just makes it jump. You know what I mean? So James is back in the hunt. I had to say that. But T Prosser, J Hinges. It's weird how they've all got like proper names. They're not like J Hines v Tiger. Like proper names. So let's just quickly look over the setup once again. Optimum conditions, slightly warmer track temperatures. So maybe just drop those back down a touch. Just one each one. A little bit less tyre, less fuel on this run, and we're maxed out on the rear wing this time. So maybe a little bit more confidence at the rear of the car, getting it to turn, not getting it to turn in, but not fearing losing grip. It felt like he was quicker to accelerate because he got more grip available, whereas I was really struggling at the rear. But obviously down those long back strakes it did help, but with him being so close he manages to pick up my slipstream. Kind of disadvantage being on the inside of turn one.
Green light, give it all you can. Yellow flag in sector 1.
See if I can do a better job of building some distance. Come on, Jay, focus on what you're doing. Just focus on that lap time now.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
Keeping them 47s. Not so deep this time. Keep it consistent, Jay.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
does it do? This is fine, pace is fine. Forget where you are.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front.
Good recovery. Last lap, come on. Off the pace.
Alright, you've just started the final lap of the race as leader. Bring it home.
Definitely feels like the grip's dropped off. Pretty consistent 147s, and suddenly we're down to 148s.
Yellow flag, be careful. Slow car ahead. Excellent job, man. What a race. P1. Bring it back home safely.
Enjoyed that one. Donut City. So let's have a look at the lap times. 147, 6, 147, 147, 147, 147. Just thousandths of seconds between them. 147. Really enjoyed those. Really consistent laps. Consistency is what wins races. That is it. Find a setup where you can be consistent, and you can see the lap time just drop off in that second sector. Really enjoyed that. Brilliant races. Thank you for watching. Apologies if there's no commentary, but until next time, ciao for now.